Today I'm going to show you how to build an awesome Bluetooth headset for under $100. Stay tuned. What's up guys, it's Josh with the WL Tech Blog. If you're new to the channel, we do videos on electronics, Linux, open source, IoT, hardware hacking, other fun stuff like that. Hope you'll give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing if this is the kind of stuff you're into. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the world's best noise-canceling Bluetooth headset. Now let's go back a few years. In 2009, noise-canceling headphones were a brand new type of technology, and you had a bunch of different brands with different techniques of achieving that goal. Now my introduction to noise-canceling headphones was walking into a Best Buy in 2010, and they had a wall of noise-canceling headphones hooked up in a testing station where they had an airplane noise simulator and a bunch of different headphones that you could try on. And all I can say is every brand on that testing station that wasn't Bose had to be really upset that they were there. The noise canceling capabilities of the Bose Quiet Comfort 15s were so far ahead of the other brands that were up there, it was not a fair fight. And so naturally, I bought a pair. And I didn't just buy one pair, I bought two pairs. Now it's 15 years later and the weaknesses of these headphones are pretty well known. For one thing, they're corded, so you have to actually physically plug them into a device in order to use them. And also the material used for the padding seems to wear out over time, even if it's just sitting in its case. Some people would consider the fact that it takes a battery to be a negative as well, but there's really no way to do active noise canceling without a source of power. Now with all that said, I'm going to show you how to solve all three of those problems in this video for under $100. Let's jump over to the bench. All right, let's crack these guys open. Now when these came out in 2009, these headphones retailed for $300, which was a lot of coin at the time for a set of headphones. Now you can see, despite not being all that used, all of the fabric on this is worn out. Like the cups are basically falling apart. This band is basically falling apart. And honestly, these are not very pleasant to use right now, although they sound just fine, but this doesn't provide a good seal against your ear. It doesn't feel that great to wear. The good thing about that is you can find these headphones used on eBay in about this condition for somewhere around 30 bucks. Now enter Amazon. We have here two packages. In this package, we have a set of replacement pads that are going to fix these problems. And in this box, we have a Bluetooth modification. Let's go ahead and crack this guy open. And there's all of our parts. They also include a little screwdriver and a little wedge puller tool. And they even include a little documentation that has a QR code you can scan to follow a YouTube video for the process of replacing all these parts. We're going to go ahead and get these replaced. Now for the last year or so, I've been using these cheap rechargeable Bluetooth earbuds that are not noise canceling. Battery doesn't last very long. They're not very reliable at actually charging when you put them in the case. They don't sound very good, etc., etc. You get the idea. These things are junk. And the other day, I dropped the case and the lid popped off and disappeared. Never to be seen again. So I'm really looking forward to being able to use this guy. Now there's two parts to this. We have the cups here on the speakers themselves, and then we have this pad on the headband. You've got all the parts for them here. And we're going to go ahead and get set up and get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the headband first. So we have our little screwdriver, and there's screws here and screws there. Go ahead and start with that. I'm going to use their screwdriver they included instead of my own. Not everybody's going to have a set of amazing Dollar General precision screwdrivers like I do. I will say this is not as good as my Dollar General screwdrivers. Now, if you happen to find a pair of these headphones where all the pads are in good shape, that's going to save you $30-something not having to buy this kit. I will say I've bought this kit and I've done my other set of headphones already, and I was really happy with the results. So I had no problem spending the money on a set for these as well. Got the clips off. Now you see we have this wire here that's going through. We're going to actually use scissors and we're going to cut this off, and we're just going to be careful that we don't interfere with that wire. So I'm going to turn this way and I'm just kind of go up this way along this edge. Using regular old utility scissors here. Now I don't know, to be fair, how long these replacement parts are good for, because I did the swap on my other pair about 1.5 years ago and they're still perfect, but these are 15 years old. All right, now the new headband actually clips together, so we separate it, just pulling it apart. No big deal. Then as you put it in, there's 2 little clips that pop up. You gotta make sure they go into the hole here with the wire in between them. And you end up kind of like this. Then you can take the cover, it just snaps in. Got them all clicked. I think we're good. And then we replace these clips. Pushes in, a little bit of overlap. These pushes in, take our screwdriver, just tighten it in place. This little screwdriver is definitely not great, but if I can do it with a screwdriver, you can do it with a screwdriver. Got that one. Take this guy. A little bit of overlap there. This guy. Go ahead and tighten this screw a little bit. Now it's interesting with Bose, because Bose has kind of a mixed reputation. Like, people who are big into high-end audio generally consider Bose to be kind of a joke, where they tune their audio equipment to emphasize bass and lose out in other places, which normal folks tend to find appealing, but folks who are really into audio don't. They're also kind of like Monster Cable, where they've put a ton of money into marketing, which doesn't necessarily accurately represent how their products perform competitively. With that said, I have 2 products that are made by Bose that are absolutely worth their asking price. I've got these headphones, and I also have a set of speakers that I was able to buy at a thrift store for about $15 that will absolutely rock my bus. So this part is done. We'll go ahead and get ready to do the cups. All right, so you see we've got cups, we've got little foam pads, we've got these guys, we've got this. All right, now to remove the old pads, you just kind of get your thumb right in here and you give it a pull. Now this pretty much fell apart in the process. And just pull that gasket off, pull this pad out. Same thing over here. I was able to keep the gasket on that time. Now these pads do have sides, and if you look at the headphones, this side is marked right, so we know right is over here, and we'll go ahead and just put it like that so right is on my right. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow it out a little bit, make sure there's no crust in here. I do have some crust falling onto my bench here. Kind of wipe the old adhesive away. There's a little bit of adhesive left on it, so I'm just going to scrape it with this tool. There we go. Got that one out. Just a little bit of taped on junk there. All right, so we're going to take our right hand side, and it's got adhesive backing. I see I've got a notch here, and that notch aligns with this. What we're going to do is avoid touching the adhesive itself. Just gonna push it in. A little bit of pressure to stick. All right, that is the right side. We're gonna do exactly the same thing with the left side. Pull off the adhesive backing. On we go. A little bit of pressure is all it takes, and these guys are in place. Now these kits actually come with two sets of these. One are just black, the other one is the blue with the right and the left label, and obviously we went with the blue. Now the next step is going to be installing the ear cups. Now these kind of fit in. If you look here, you've got some little tabs. These need to go in and latch into those. So first thing we're going to do is just kind of soften it up a little bit, make sure it's good to go. And then we're going to try just push it in place. We might need to use the little plastic tool, but I'm going to try and do it just my fingers. I think got it. One's good to go. Yep, that looks good. Gonna do the same with the other side. Put around with my thumb, pushing this guy in. And you can actually visually look, just give it a little bit of pressure and you can pull pad aside. Go ahead and use the plastic tool on this one. Good. Now, the company that makes these kits has their own set of YouTube videos that you can follow for this process as well. Definitely, if you run into any trouble, I would refer you to their video instead of trying to look at mine extra close. Visually inspect and make sure this all looks good. It looks like I missed one here. All right, we are done. Those pads are installed. Go ahead and get rid of the garbage. Go ahead and hang on to these, but I don't anticipate that I'll actually need to use them. I've had those other ones for a couple of years, and they're just fine. All right, so now these guys have new shiny pads on them, and our next step is going to be installing our Bluetooth module. Now here we have it. I've yet to open this. Go ahead and slide it out. We have to drop this out. And we get a little bit of instruction. Get the Bluetooth adapter itself. And we get a charging cable. And this one, so there's two brands that I saw of these Bluetooth adapters for these headphones. One of which uses its own special connector. It cost about $10 more. So this one was a little less expensive, and it uses micro USB, which I will take that every day of the week. So while I get this prepared, I'll go ahead and plug this in, do a little bit of charging ahead of time. Of course, it will not be fully charged right away, but that's okay. We should be able to test it. Now, the instruction manual is in Chinese. Here it's in not Chinese. It does not appear to have an installation guide. It only has a usage guide. So we're going to figure that out. I'm pretty sure I haven't done it because these are $300 headphones when I bought them, so I'm not being super crazy with them, but I'm pretty sure if I pull on this, it pops right out. Well, that was easy. And a lot faster than I expected. So, This clearly just kind of slides right in like so. Now, before we continue, I'm going to put some juice in this because I'm sure it is completely dead. So we'll be right back. All right, I let these go for about 10 minutes on the charger. I've got a blue light, which indicates that the battery is now full. Now, looking at the operation here, looks like you hold the power button down for 3 seconds, turn it on, same thing to turn it off. And the only thing we really care about is pairing mode. So you hold down volume up and volume down at the same time for 2 seconds, and it claims it will give you an audible alert that it's ready to go. Go ahead and unplug. I'm going to turn the headphones on so that they actually play audio, because the headphones, if they're off, will make no noise at all. Also, if you have a dead battery in here, it'll make no noise at all. Okay, we did power buttons. I think it may have gone directly into pairing mode because nothing's paired yet, but we're going to do the buttons anyway, up and down. We'll go ahead and pair it to my phone. All right, and the device shows up as C15. Hit pair. Now connected. Let's give it our first listen test. It's suddenly very quiet in here. Gonna pull up one of my songs. Now this sounds really good. I saw other people in the Amazon reviews for this Bluetooth adapter said that the volume was not very good, but I'm gonna disagree and say I can't even have this turned up to full volume on my phone in Bluetooth mode. Well, that sounds really good. Let's go for the next test. Let's use it as a headset. First, I will disconnect it from my phone. All right, looks like it's just ready to pair again. Let's go ahead and pair it with my laptop. It's the 15. And let me set OBS to listen to the headset instead. So first I will mute my real microphone while I switch it over. All right, so this is the audio from the Bluetooth built into my headphones. I wonder how it sounds. I don't know how it sounds. I kind of feel like I should listen to it and see how it sounds. Let's do that. All right, well, it definitely does not sound quite as good as my real microphone here. I'm using exactly the same settings for the input in OBS, or what you're hearing right now is what I was using on my Blue Yeti here. I do have pretty aggressive settings on noise reduction and background noise elimination, but there we go. Now the third upgrade we're going to do is actually for the battery that's used to power the noise canceling headphones, and we're solving that with some rechargeable batteries. Now these are high quick, and a set of 4 AA's and 4 AAA's is pretty darn affordable, and these use AAA's. These are 1100 milliamp hour rated from the factory, and they will run these headphones for a couple of days each. These are pretty cheap, and they are a great way to not have to continue buying AAA disposable batteries. Now, me being cheap, I've been using Harbor Freight batteries for the longest time, and they don't last all that long. These, being nickel metal hydride, are also not super long life. However, you just charge them right back up. This whole thing just plugs into a USB-C outlet, and within a couple hours or so, you can have charged all 8 batteries. All right, well, we're all done. I've got my under $100 Bluetooth headset with amazing sound quality, pretty good microphone quality, and excellent noise cancellation. As always, you will find the links to the various products that I use down in the video description. And I welcome any feedback, comments, or questions you guys might have. Go ahead and put those down in the section provided by YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel to get our upcoming videos. If you're interested in this type of content around hardware hacking, IoT, Linux, open source, and electronics, check us out over on the Hackers Homestead Discord channel. Link for that's in the description as well. Got a lot more videos on the way. Look forward to seeing you then. Till next time, Stay fresh, cheese bags.